your aim. Yeah, conversation and sample flipping. That's the movement. Hit the like, subscribe, check it. Yeah, for the next minutes of live TV, you stop with me. Got no limits, I'm that vivid, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? From today's proceedings, we can tell with disgust that Mngomezulu, as he puts it, he was never paid for his work up until now. Wow. And what's surprising is that Rata and Balwe are mad. They were mad today. They were angry today. But they were not angry that their colleague was not paid. They were angry that now they have to reopen the trial within the trial. Wow. That's what we have to live right now. Before we commence into the video, please like and subscribe. Also share this video. Hit the notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. Right. Let's proceed. I think by them not paying Mngomezulu, I think they're trying to make it difficult by all means for him to continue this trial. I mean, it's not like they don't have evidence. I'm talking about the legal aid. It's not like they don't have evidence that he was working. It was live on TV. So that's all they needed to see, that if they wanted some receipts that he was working, that's all they needed to see. The live proceedings. But anyway, now today we were hit by surprise after surprise after another surprise, which were pleasant anyways, some of them. The first surprise was Mngomezulu was now concentrating on representing accused number one, and then Mngomezulu was pulling out from representing accused number one. It was due to this fact that legal aid hasn't paid. Right. Now, after that, we also had another pleasant surprise. When Mngomezulu said, he would like to reopen the trial within the trial in order for accused number one to be able to call Warrant Officer Maku, General Shawani, and General CBI as his witnesses. Now, with General Shawani, he was featured during Zungu's statement. Him and Warrant Officer Maku. He was featured during Zungu's statement. That guy who was making a whole lot of things up. Zungu was saying he reported to General Shawani, and then in fact, I don't know if who he reported this suspicions to first. Whether was it General Shawan or he reported it first to General Sibia, but eventually they met, and General Sibia suggested that he tell his story to Warrant Officer Maku, and I don't know her rank, that lady, I think, but her name is Butilis. Now, after this guy telling his story to these two well-versed police officers who are doing their job properly, he was brushed aside because they told him, no, you already have the evidence of who is the proper suspect in this case. Just concentrating on the people in the house, who were in the house during the occurrence of the event. Now, after being brushed aside, comes Brigadier Gininda. He takes that statement and he runs with it. It just shows you how opposed SAPS can be towards another, even though they are one company. Properly trained officers that can see that, okay, no, this guy is just talking a whole lot of bull crap. You can't take his story. Another officer from the same company says, no, I will take his story. I will run with it. I will waste the state money on this case using this guy's statements and some fake as cell phone data evidence. It won't work. But now this surprise is very pleasant because we now know, we are now going to have clarity on the lies that Zungu was saying. If you remember what Pitso Meya was saying, Zungu will appear as a lie as soon as Warrant Makubu get on the stand and testify. He will show that Zungu is a lie because, according to me, Zungu's statement was made for him. All he had to do was read it, memorize it, and then come in and spit it out in court. Because he doesn't have a written statement. All the statements are typewritten. His statement was typewritten. His Guinea statement was typewritten. Mokhana's statement was typewritten, and even I suppose also Mokhola's statement. So these three witnesses will come and make it clear for us. General Oshawane will tell us why Zungu was suspecting him to leak information about him that endangered his life. Because Zungu, I'll drop a clip later on after my speech so that you can hear when Zungu is saying no. General Shabani suspected General Shabani to be the one who's leaking information to the people who were threatening to kill him, to ex him, terminate him. Now, Zungu's statement was brushed aside by two well-versed officers. Why did the other officer decide, no, I'm going to take this statement and use it? Now, my parting shots are, my hope is that these three witnesses will blow this trial within a trial wide open. I hope they contaminate this trial within a trial with evidence from 375 so that the state prosecutor will be forced to include that evidence from 375 in this case. So that eventually they join these two cases, then we have one case which can now be decided on its merits. All the people who have been suspected can enter. All the people in the house can be suspect. Even the guys on trial right now, they can all be suspects, and then we can continue with a proper trial. I don't know why Rota never did that from the start. I don't know why. I don't know. But I think in Magudumani's case, something like this happened, where they said, no, this person was arrested there, and this person was arrested on this thing, so we have to join the charges. I think something was joined there during Magudumani. I don't know why in this case it was never suggested that they join these two cases so that they have one case. All the judges who's been presiding over 3636, they have all been ignoring 375. Also, just to add on to what I'm saying, I had contact with Mapisa sister, Mobile Mapisa. What she said was, this is something she's always been saying on her videos. She's also got a channel, also follow her there on her channel. I will drop the name here. I will just drop the name here of her channel, and I will also drop her number if you want to help with the defense, whatever you want to help with, get in contact with her. She's the only one who's dealing with the accused. According to her, there are people out there who was trying to scam people into giving them money, making them think that this money is going to the accused, while it's not. So do the right thing, get in contact with her, Snobile Peace, and then you'll be able to contribute to whatever way you want to contribute. The numbers are here. Her channel is here. I think her channel is like the voice of the voiceless, something like that. Yeah, follow her there. It's also got facts about this case, a lot of facts about this case. So please, we will meet in a few when the trial commences. The witnesses that are to be called by Mr. Mngomezulu. Until then, peace.
Nokuthi wayihede ama-Hawks ngaleso sikhathi Sibiya eGauteng.
Ngatshela uGeneral ukuthi head ama-Hawks.
I was informed by the general that he was the head of the Hawks.
Now, if I inform you that at the time of this meeting, that is in 2019, General Sibiya was fired from, at the time he was already fired from the SAPS. He was only reinstated in 2020.
Uma ngathi kuwena-ke wayeseqoshiwe-ke ngaleso sikhathi-ke uSibiya uzobuyisela ngo-2020.
Ngakuzwa lokho emva kwalokho.
I heard that thereafter.
So in essence, at the time of this meeting, Sibiya, who's also interested in this matter, was a civilian. He was not an officer of SAPS, correct?
Yebo.
Yes.
And you state that him, Sibiya, told you that the information that you had relayed to the police was correct and accurate, correct?
Yebo.
Yes.
Now, as a civilian, how will you have known that information is correct?
Njengomuntu-ke wayengasilona-ke iphoyisa wakwazi kanjani lokho Sibiya ukuthi lokho okushiya emaphoyiseni ukuthi kuyiqiniso? Wayekwazi kanjani yena lokho?
Ngingazi ukuthi wayekwazi kanjani kodwa engikwazi ukuthi mina ngangazi ukuthi uyiphoyisa ngalezo sikhathi.
I wouldn't know as to how he got to know, but what I knew at the time was that he was a police officer.
Now, you also state that Sibiya then asked Leshabane who the investigating officer was, and you provided the name of Colonel Gininda, but rather Sibiya said Warrant Officer Makubu should come to that meeting so that he can hear the information that you are passing off to the police, correct?
Uthi-ke wasebuza uSibiya ebuza kuShabane ukuthi ubani investigating officer, kwase kumention uGininda, kodwa kuSibiya wena wathi akuze uMakhubu.
Yebo.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to be repetitive about Makubo, I mean, what you told Makubo, because we touched on some of the aspects on Friday. But in your statement, you state that Makubo then refuted your information and told you that you are lying, and I'm using lying not because I'm disrespectful to the court, but that's what's written according to your statement, and that there is no evidence that links Sifiso Zungu Ntuli, correct?
Ushilo ukuthi wasechitha-ke uMakhubo lokho wathi uqamba amanga.
Yebo.
Yes.
And further, that Makubo told you that he disputed your information, saying to you that accused number 5 is not involved in the matter of Senzo Meyiwa, as well as the other suspects that you had mentioned to them, correct?
Nokuthi Makhubo washo. Yes, yes.
And by the other suspect, for clarity's sake, who are you referring to?
Ma uthi-ke abanye abasolwa ukhuluma ngobani?
Ukuthi yena wayethi ukhuluma ngabapha abanye abasolwa, wayekhuluma ngabasolwa cishe ngangibamentionile.
He was talking about or referring to the suspect that I had mentioned. Suspects that I had mentioned.
Yes, mention them again.
Accused number 1 and accused number 2.
Accused number 1 and number 2.
And furthermore, Makubo accused you of coming to them with information that lacks basis, correct?
No,
Yebo.
Yes.
And at the time, did you know that Officers Makubo and Joyce Buthelezi, the one that you subsequently met after meeting Makubo, were investigating officers of CAS 37501 of 2019?
wakwazi lokho ukuthi bona bephenye idokodo lelo elu-375
ngangazi ukuthi kunelinye maybe docket abayiphenyayo
wawungazi.
ngangazi.
I didn't know that there was another docket that was being investigated.
And after that, you then met with, you were called by Colonel Buthelezi to come and meet him, correct?
Yebo.
Yes.
And what is the time difference, the period between you meeting Makubo, Sibia, Leshabane, and the meeting with Buthelezi that we know that she also attended with Makubo again?
Isikhathi sandlula phakathi kwaloyo mhlangano kwakulishabane uSibiya noMakhubo nalo mhlangano lo kwakukhona uButhelezi noMakhubo kwandlula isikhathi esingakanani?
Asikho side kangako.
Not that long.
And as well, from your statement, we know that Colonel Buthelezi also rejected the information that you had provided to them, refuted your allegations.
Nalapho uButhelezi wayichitha inkulumo yakho.
Yebo.
Yes.
And part of the reason why she refuted your allegations is that you were protecting Kelly Khumalo, you and General Leshabane, correct?
Akusho ke ukuthi uvike noma ke uprotect noma uvikela ke uKelly Khumalo wena no General Leshabane.
Washo kanjalo.
That's how she said.
And furthermore, she informed you that she's got information that implicates or links Kelly Khumalo to the murder, and that one of, according to their investigation, the shooter is one of the persons that were in the house, correct?
Lokho kwakusho uye uKolonel Buthelezi.
That's what Colonel Buthelezi said.
And as Buthelezi rejects your allegations, the information that you bring to them, what was your reaction to them?
Wasuthini ke wena uma uButhelezi ke echitha lokhu okushoyo wena wathini kubona?
Ngakuthatha nje ukuthi investigating officer mhlambe.
I took it maybe that she was an investigating officer.
And at the time of this incident, your interaction with these senior police officers, your Buthelezis, Leshabanes, Makubos, you were the only junior member. You were a constable at the time, correct?
That's correct.
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi ngangihlangana nabo ke mina ngiyi-constable ngaleso sikhathi.
Let's then move to paragraph 16 of your statement. In fact, nothing turns on that one except to say you were called to say, in essence, in order to prove that you know the suspects, bring a family member that can confirm that some of the suspects are known to you, and you brought your father. That's the essence of paragraph 16, correct?
Usho lokho paragraph 16 ukuthi kwathiwa letha noma woza nomndeni wena wasuza nobaba wakho.
Yebo.
Yes.
Angizanga naye bathi ngize naye.
I didn't bring him. They told me to bring him.
Okay, but you never brought him.
Awuzange uze naye?
No, angizanga naye ngalesi sikhathi bekhuluma naye.
No, not at the time when they were speaking to me.
Okay. If the court can briefly bear with me. Now, sorry, brother. I want to refer you to Exhibit A126. These are some of the statements that we received that were classified, and even now they are still classified. The information pertaining to the maker of the statement is the information is redacted, but I can put, because I see a reference to your name in that statement. I want you to comment without A126. A126. allegations that certain people were trying to kill you and they were following you. Remember that aspect of your testimony?
Uyakhumbula ukushilo ngabantu babekulandela befuna ukubulala?
Yebo.
Yes.
Now, except reporting this information to General Leshabane, did you, as a police officer, open a case of attempted murder, intimidation, threats, and the like in respect to this aspect of your testimony?
Angiyivulanga.
I didn't open a case.
And in fact, what is curious when I listened to your evidence in chief is that after this incident, you then contact Leshabane and he says to you, come to my office, but now you are circumspect because you say in your evidence, you suspect him to be the source of the leak of the information to these people that are trying to kill you. Is that how I understood your testimony?
Ngizwe kanjalo ubufakazi bakho ukuthi angithi umtshelile uShabane wasekubiza yena ethi woze office lakhe kodwa kwabusola yena ukuthi uyena osengabe udlulise lo daba kulabantu.
Yebo.
Yes.
And in fact, later on, you then go to Leshabane's office anyway, with all that suspicion that he's the one that is literally selling you out because he's leaking information that is putting your life in danger. Correct?
Kodwa ke kuzona ke lezo intsholo lezo wase uya ke ehhovisi lika Leshabane unazo le intsholo zokuthi uyena obeka impilo yakhe engcupheni.
Yebo.
Yes.